Now, this may sound weird, but every time I finish a YouTube video, I don't really feel all too happy. Yeah, I can feel proud about certain edits I made or things that I said, but what primarily goes through my mind when I finish a video is the thought of what comes next. I always have this fear that one day, I'm gonna run out of stuff to talk about and I'll have to stop making YouTube videos. But despite this constant fear, I always seem to find something to talk about, and today is no different. Like I did with Undertale, today I'll be going into the various foods of Deltarune and rating them on a scale of 1 to 10. With 10 being incredible and delicious, and 1 being disgusting and barely even edible. Anyways, much like Undertale, the food of Deltarune is really weird and bizarre, but I'm sure I'll find some good things there. Much like how I did in my Undertale video, I'll be covering stuff that may or not be considered food as well. Anyways, without further ado, let's get cooking. Dark candy. Honestly, a really strong start for the food of Deltarune. It said that dark candies are black and red stars that taste like marshmallows. Now, I have to admit, I'm not exactly the biggest fan of marshmallows by themselves and prefer them in s'mores. But the fact that they're in the shape of a star makes them a lot tastier in my opinion. It's like how triangle cut sandwiches taste better than square ones. If triangle shaped food tastes that good, imagine what a star would taste like. 9 out of 10. Revive mint. Revive mints are small little green crystals that can bring people back to life and are said to taste like mints. Honestly, these don't sound half bad, but I think I'd enjoy these on the same level as a Tic Tac, with the added bonus of being brought back to life, of course. 6 out of 10. Broken cake. The broken cake on the surface just seems like a normal everyday cake, but in reality, it's a cake that has smoke billowing out of it, which brings up weird implications. Is the cake itself mechanical? Why does a blacksmith have to repair it in order for it to taste better? Is it made out of metal? For all these weird possibilities and the fact that it's still a cake, this gets a 5 out of 10. Top cake. Alright, from what I've gathered, every single character who eats this item seems to love it. I mean, it's literally described to make your taste buds spin, which has gotta be a good thing, right? Hopefully it is a good thing. Yeah, a lot of these foods are up to interpretation like in Undertale, but judging from the Fun Gang's reactions, this cake must be good. 10 out of 10. Spin cake. Now the spin cake is probably the most interesting food on this list. Although not as delicious as the top cake, it's said by the top chef that the flavor grows stronger every single day. Now does this mean that the spin cake is potentially the most delicious food on the entire list? Maybe. Does having more flavor always mean something tastes better? That's a genuine question, I actually have no idea. But let's say for now, the spin cake gets an 8 out of 10. Dark burger. It's quite literally just a burger that's burnt. Now, I do love burgers, but not when it's burnt to a crisp. Also, the messages from Noelle and the flavor text imply that the dark burger isn't actually made out of meat, so no thank you. 3 out of 10. Double dark burger. Just because a second dark burger was added on top of the first doesn't mean it'll taste any better. In fact, I'm rating it even lower just because I'll have to eat more of it. 2 out of 10. Lancer cookie. So Lancer might be one of my favorite characters, but I don't think I'd want to eat one of his maybe cookies. I don't even know what the game means by maybe not a cookie. Either it's a cookie or it's not. The cookie is also supposed to taste better when you're in a fight, and since I'm not going to be finding myself battling people 24/7, I'll give this a 3 out of 10. Choco Diamond. Honestly, it seems like a pretty solid food item. Everyone in the main cast seems to love it. It's just small. Hey, small things can be good too, right? 6 out of 10. Hearts Donut. These donuts seem actually pretty good. I adore jelly-filled donuts, and although the jelly is described to be clotty and some characters think the filling is actually blood, I still think I'd enjoy it. In fact, pretending like it's blood might make it even cooler to eat. 8 out of 10. Club sandwich. This just seems like a sandwich that was cut in the shape of a club's card. Honestly, that's really cool, and even if the sandwich itself doesn't taste that great, like I said earlier, the shape of the sandwich really adds to the quality. 7 out of 10. Favorite sandwich. The favorite sandwich is an item that was cut from the game. Now, it's a strange one to rank because the flavor text implies that it's Chris's favorite sandwich and not everyone's favorite sandwich. Meaning that although Chris likes it, some random person might not. Then again, judging from the other characters' dialogue, they seem to love it as well. I don't know what kind of sandwich it would be, but judging by how everyone reacts to it, I guess I'll give it a 10 out of 10. If you want to know, by the way, what my favorite sandwich is, it's a tuna melt with baguette and Gouda. It's so good. Life Dew. Life Dew, like the favorite sandwich, is an item that was cut from the main game. Although it can bring you back to life like the Revive Mint, it's just dew. Like a drop of water. I mean, it's not horrible, but like, come on. 2 out of 10. Tension Bit. Now, I don't know if the tension bit is actually a food, but just for the sake of content, I'll cover it. Anyways, there's not really any detail on what it looks like or tastes like, but all it really does is make you really tense. Yeah, I'm not putting that anywhere near my mouth. 1 out of 10. Tension Gem. It's just a stronger version of the tension bit. I don't want to feel even more tense. 1 out of 10. Tension Max. Enough! I do not want to be tense, goddammit. 1 out of 10. Light Candy. Light candy is said to be a white candy with a chalk-like texture. Yeah, that's just chalk. I know it's Susie's thing to eat chalk, but I'm never gonna put it anywhere near my mouth. 3 out of 10. CD Bagel. The CD Bagel is actually a really cool concept since it's just a bagel that's reflective. It can also make music when you bite into it. I would just eat a ton just to hear the different kinds of music that comes out of them. 7 out of 10. Butler Juice. Alright. Is butt juice made out of swatchlings? I mean, I like the swatchlings, but I'm not going anywhere near their fluids. I mean, like, it's cool that the juice can change its color depending on the temperature, but like I said earlier, if Butler juice requires swatchling fluid to make, I'm going to avoid it at all costs, no matter how good it tastes. 2 out of 10. Spaghetti Code. Now, if Spaghetti Code was made out of noodles and meatballs, I'd be all over it, but it said it contained ribbons and macarons. I don't know what either tastes like, and I don't want to find out, since 1, I don't want to eat ribbons, and 2, all the macarons I find have nuts in them, and I am allergic. 3 out of 10. Java Cookie. Holy crap, this is my dream cookie. It's made out of coffee and chocolate? That honestly sounds really tasty. They also have words that spark out of them when you take a bite. I wonder what would come out of a Java cookie that I bite into. 8 out of 10. Revive Dust. Revive Dust seems to be a weaker version of a Revive Mint that was crushed into powder. I honestly wanted to so badly to make a drug joke, but that's just low-hanging fruit. 5 out of 10. Revive Bright. It's just another mint. I like mints because they get rid of my morning coffee breath, but you don't see me snacking on them. 6 out of 10. S Poison. I am not going to eat poison. No matter how delicious it is, I am not going 20 feet near any kind of poison. I know there will be at least one person who wants to try Spamton's poison, but no thank you. 1 out of 10. The teas. These are the teas that seem to taste better the more you like someone. I'll give it an individual ranking for each one found in the game. Chris T gets a 7 out of 10, Ralse T gets a 7 out of 10, Susie T gets an 8 out of 10, and Noelle T gets a 6 out of 10. Now, if there was a Birdly T in the game, it'd get a 10 out of 10. Make that happen, Toby Fox. Please. Cotton Candy. It's just like regular old amusement park cotton candy. Good, but nothing special. 7 out of 10. Banana. I love bananas, I love potassium, it's a win-win. 8 out of 10. Giga Salad. It's said to just be a really large bowl of lettuce, which is actually fine. I usually eat bowls of lettuce with my dinner, so I'm okay with eating this. 6 out of 10. Hot chocolate. I really like hot chocolate, so I'd love to drink it. It also has marshmallows in the shape of bunnies. Holy crap, that is actually amazing. 9 out of 10. Box of heart candy. It's just a box full of chocolates. Not that interesting, but it'll probably taste really good. 7 out of 10. Rules is roux. I actually had no idea what roux was prior to making this video, but apparently it's a sauce made from flour and fat. That already doesn't sound that good, but this one has worms in it. Gross. 1 out of 10. Ralse's cake. I feel like this would taste amazing because Ralse probably made it with love and understanding, and Susie also liked it so much that she ate it in a single bite. It wasn't a small cake either. 8 out of 10. Toriel's pie. It's iconic, it's perfect, and it was so good Chris broke free from the player's control just to eat it. 10 out of 10. Well, that does it for another food ranking video. I think the food in this game is a lot better than the ones found in Undertale. Let me know in the comments if you'd rather eat the food in Undertale or in Deltarune. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.